Did you guys
What
see
were you saying, Taylor?
the fishing cheating?
Yes. Oh my God.
That is wild.
Dude, do you want to lay it out?
Yeah, so apparently, there's fishing competitions, and the way that they judge them is total weight of your haul, I guess, or I guess you get to pick 5 fish and the most weight you can get with that. And this guy got caught putting fillets of other fish, stuffing it into the fish that he caught, and also putting lead balls into the fish, big lead balls. And he gets caught, and there's all these fishermen around. Like, I'm almost scared for the life of the guy as the clip is going, because these guys are frothing at the mouth like, "You cheater! You've made hundreds of thousands of dollars from this. How many times have you done this?"
Really?
And then like the guy who's like who's dealing with the cheating, who's I guess must be the kind of arbiter of the situation. He's like, "John," who's the guy who cheated. He's like, "John, you got to leave. You got to leave right now." And he tells everyone else, he's like, "Everyone, do not assault him on the way to the car. Let him go to his car. We're going to handle this. Let it go to the car." And so the guy leaves, goes to his car, and they start going through, and you can just hear a chorus of fishermen behind.
Those things are huge.
There were he had 2 of those in one single fish. I think there were 4 of those balls. Yeah, in the bottom of the crate, but there were like probably 7 fish fillets, 2, 3, 4 of or 3 or 4 of those. And so this guy, I guess the win for this was like in the tens of thousands of dollars, maybe $100,000. It's serious money. It's real money. And this guy has done this. Yeah, his sponsors. These are like they're professional.
He won the previous year the same competition. So
and he's won many other competitions.
But I'm implying he beat these same people last year.
Yeah,
like they lost to him last year, perhaps unfairly.
So
100%. You're right.
So this is one of those good old boy sports too, where like he's done. He's done now, and like I think if you get caught cheating in like a tennis match, like nobody's gonna whip your ass, right? Like they might even laugh about it. Oh, nice fancy racket, Mr. Cheater.
Furry balls.
racket.
yeah. But like in this, dude slipping some lead balls in his, I guarantee you, like, yeah, you'd have to be like, please don't assault him.
Yeah.
Here. No one hurt him here. I don't want that to happen. No one here.
When he gets off the property.
Now, should have saw like.
Look at that. I didn't realize
10. I way underestimated how many there were in there.
I think he's using the fillet of fish to like.
Wow. Far's fucking Rain Man over here. Oh, there's 10.
Definitely 10 balls in there.
I know, like good old boys who during tournaments are like, "Oh, just drop a sinker in its mouth." This fish would have shot straight to the bottom of the tank. What the heck?
I think they were stuffing.
No one thought it was suspicious when it was like upside down.
Yeah, you shake it and it's clinking.
Apparently they think this guy cheated a lot, and they busted him for this one. He's earned hundreds of thousands of dollars over his career. Man. And I was learning about the different ways to cheat in these fishing tournaments. What some people do is they catch fish in advance and then like trap them underwater. And then on fishing day, they just go and collect the fish that they had previously caught without a time limit.
Yeah.
What this guy did, he went to a local store and bought fish and stuffed them with lead. He didn't even catch fish.
He didn't catch those fish?
No, he didn't catch them. He bought them at the store, put lead weights in them.
He doesn't even try.
He's not even fishing at all.
No, he bought the fish.
Dude, we could have done this. All right, what's the penalty?
Apparently, the penalty is people are like pissed at you.
Taylor, don't go down to the Ozarks and run this scam, dude. If an ass whooping is all look, the prize money will allow you to afford a bodyguard. Okay,
those Ozark people will kill me.
That's what the bodyguard is
for. When you're driving around the Ozarks, you can be like, they're here for the lake. They live here. Like
locals.
the locals.
No,
like,
dude.
He's in like a lake, just some lake, and he has like, I caught a mahi out here. Like he just went.
Is that fraud?
It would be fraud, right? Like there's money on the line. You're cheating. You probably have to sign something to participate in it.
I want to know what happens to him. Do his sponsors sue him for fraud? Do the competitors, the tournament owners? I have a feeling he's just going to be blackballed, and it's as small as that.
Yeah, maybe
What
he
did
needs
he-
to keep it.
What did he do? Go out there and just pretend to fish?
Yeah.
Because normally they'll catch a couple, but he's just out there with the cigarette, like,
The other thing
don't
is,
mind me. Just no, I didn't get one. Oh well.
those tournaments are so long. Like it's not like he's out there for like an afternoon. It was like hours and hours and hours. Many of them are multi-day tournaments where
Yeah.
you're out there like all weekend or maybe like 3 or 4 days. What the fuck is he doing out there? Just on his
I can
phone?
imagine him on the lake just pissed off, like this fucking sucks. All the other
You know what
cheaters
he's
get
doing?
vibrating butt plugs.
You know what he's doing? He is fishing. He is fishing, and he's hoping that he'll catch one bigger than one of his store-bought fish. But if he doesn't,
Probably.
who fucking cares? He's having a great time fishing for fun. That's what he's doing.
This
That's
is
what
great. The guy that caught
Yeah.
him's name is Mr. Fisher.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
He is the rightful champion of the tournament.
I've told this
Give
so many
him
times.
money.
My father, an accountant, had a client, gynecologist. His name was Dr. Bush.
Doctor.
That's
A
great.
solid gynecologist name.
I bet this guy
We
Yes,
gets
man.
in some legal trouble.
He should.
I
I told you about that guy
we're-
who scammed the Buckarama by like going through the whole process of beating the lie detector. Because
What's
they
the
asked him-
Buckarama?
It's one of those who kills the biggest deer this year contest.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's similar to these bass fishing things like boats and trucks and guns and prize money of like 10, 20
Mhm.
grand can be up for grabs. And they throw you on a lie detector apparently, and they're like, hey, did you kill this during the lawful act of regular hunting? Some question like that. That basically means, hey, were you out hunting and not cheating, spotlighting? Did you do anything wrong? Did you do this the right way? And so the guy could say yes, he bought his license, climbed a tree, put his orange on, and then shot a deer in a pen that he'd been raising for years to be a mighty deer. And
A mighty deer.
a mighty deer, because like one of the genetics are important, but like nutrition is almost equally important with them building those big racks that you want. Like most of those deer are starving half the time and they look like shit. That's why we're talking about with like the deer down here are smaller and there's not as much meat on them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know all about it. The
Yeah.
poker part of it is more something that I have some expertise about, because I think
How about
I
the
saw
fish cheating all around?
so start with the chess thing, because you know more about that one than me, please.
Not too much, but there's an American
Yeah.
player. This is what he claims. He says that he cheated in online chess because while he is a grandmaster quality player, to get to the tournaments, he needed to get a grandmaster quality ranking. So he would cheat now and then just to quickly rank up in the world standings. But when he goes and does these live events, or when he does these bigger, like I think they might be online, he's not cheating in those. He only cheated to get to those, and he only did it like a couple times.
He
That's what
boosted
he
his
said.
account so that he could play ranked.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. That's well phrased. And but in chess, and this is outside my expertise, they like track every move, and they can kind of tell when you're playing like you and when
Yep.
you're playing like a super bot. If you guys don't know poker at all, the AI is the best player in the world. Back in the 90s, when chess players and AI were first sort of battling it off, IBM's Big Blue against chess, it was close. And they went back and forth. Like, finally, the computer beat the best player. Then the best player was able to sort of beat the computer again. That question is solved. My fucking iPhone is the best player that the planet has ever seen.
It comes with a new strategy every move. You know, it's continuously adapting to what you've done to it. You can't
Optimizing.
So if you cheat, you are the best player on the planet. Boom. It's no longer up for debate. And there are a couple ways players cheated. Sometimes they go to the bathroom. And I think what they do is they memorize the board and have the computer suggest the next move.
Chess grandmasters, by the way, are the type who can memorize a chessboard quite easily.
Yeah.
Yes,
That seems like a feat to me, but to them, it's like
it's their job. It's what they
got
do.
this. Yeah,
exactly. To them, it I don't know. Everything you said. So they made the bathroom trick impossible to do now. They're kind of like surveyed or something while they go to the bathroom. But people think that he's still cheating even in live things. And literally the vibrating butt plug was something I'd seen thrown out there. I don't know. I don't know how he's doing this.
It didn't look like there was evidence for the vibrating butt plug thing when I looked into it, but like, and you're right, I don't know anything about chess, but a bunch of like big chess people were like, hey, hope this helps you understand. In chess, you can have like 100% game, where everything you do is the correct move for your strategy or whatever it is. And they were saying like, it's so rare to have one of these that like a 46 move game, it's impossible. You will never have 100% game. The best player in the world, Magnus Carlsen, you look at his like online stuff and he's got like 190% ever. And then a couple 80s and then like maybe like, you know, more as you go down. This other guy who's not nearly the fucking player that Magnus Carlsen is in person, this other guy has like multiple perfects, like multiple, like a bunch of 90%. And like these chess people are out here saying like, yeah, this is like, as a chess guy, this is indicative of cheating. No one makes moves like this consistently correct. It's not true. And that I don't know enough, but that seemed like salient. And everyone in the comments, other chess people were like, yeah, I'm surprised it took them this long to notice the 100% complete game, the 95%, whatever.
So again, I'm like you. I don't know very much about chess. I know what the pieces do. That's my extent. Yeah. So, but in poker, while I might not practice it at the highest levels, I think that I've studied it at the highest levels. And what happened in this poker game, it's a game that I've watched a good bit, or at least some players that I know of quite well. This is Garrett Guy is a very good poker. He plays at very high stakes, hundreds of thousands of dollars on the player, on the table. And I read the comments on Reddit, and these people like didn't think there was any cheating going on. I'm going to get into what happened, but it was because they don't understand poker. So I could go into a boring thing and explain like poker, but then you'll be like, yeah, but how do you know? Just trust me on this. He's a better poker player than her by far, but what she did only makes sense if you know what the cards are, or if someone who does know what the cards are is giving you a green button or a red button. If it's as simple as that, like maybe you don't have to learn Morse code to work this system out. Maybe you've got a vibrator in your butt, and if it every time that you like sort of it's your turn to act, if you get a buzz, that's green, go. It means better raise, whichever you want to do. Like it could be that dumb of a system. And whoever was feeding her the green button, what she did makes no sense. He raised her a tremendous amount of money. Now, he doesn't have anything, as the people on Reddit keep pointing out. That doesn't matter. He has made her have to come up with $100,000 if she believes her hand is stronger. Her hand is jack high. She has no coordination here whatsoever. She is going on a high card. Just the jack. I have a jack. That's the high. What he has is a straight flush draw. That's why he's so invested in this hand. Any club will make him a flush, very strong hand, or any six or jack will make him a straight. And of course, there's the possibility of straight flush there as well. But that gives him a very strong drawing hand. You can see even here, he's ahead percentage-wise on the outcome with one more card to go because he has so many possible cards that can make his hand. That's how good his drawing hand is. His moves are all perfect. She calls. He says, it'll take all of your money if you think you've got the best hand, essentially. She has jack high. The board has 2 10s on it. Like, he's saying I got a 10 or better. And she's saying, I don't believe you. I don't think you have anything. In fact, I don't even think you have a card in your hand that's larger than a jack. If he just has a queen, a king, or an ace in his hand, there are no kings, queens, or aces on the board, then he wins because he's got high card. She called for like $100,000. And he's sitting there like, I've played tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of hands, and I've never seen anything like this. He's like, what just happened? What just happened? She gave the money back backstage, and nobody gives back $120,000 or whatever unless they're in the wrong. She like
that's bizarre that she gave it back. I didn't know.
So as a poker somewhat knowledgeable person, like seeing that, everything about that screams cheat. Now, some people would say Garrett's a big guy in the industry. You rub Garrett the wrong way. You don't get invited to games. You don't get invited to TV games. If you're in TV games, you get sponsorship money. Fuck what you win at poker. You've got a blah, blah, blah tag on your shirt. It's that sort of game sometimes. So you could see it that way, but I don't see it that way. Even if all that's true, she was still cheating. That's why she gave the money back.
Yeah, the giving the money back
move. You don't sit at that table if you're retarded. There's some people on Reddit who are like, maybe she's just a dumb blonde. Look at her. And it's like, all right, you're being a sexist piece of shit. First of all, she's not at that table unless she is a high level poker player. I'm sure she's better than me, which is why I know she should not be doing that. It's insane. I think she's cheating. Or
you laid that out really well. That makes sense.
If it were online, then everyone would say misclick. Like you accidentally clicked the wrong button. It would be a clear misclick. That's the theory everyone would go with. Was she clicked on the wrong button? She clicked instead of fold, she clicked call.
I can't get past the percentages though. She had a 47% chance of winning, which I'll admit is less than 50, but it wasn't that crazy. His hand, I know, I recognize that he had 2 clubs, and there was one or 2 clubs. I think there were 2 clubs in the
straight flush draw
on the river. Yeah. So he had a 1 in 4 chance of getting another club and turning it into something, but it didn't seem like the lock that. Like you were like, there are so many cards that get him.
It's not a lock. He's just making the right moves. Everything he's doing is correct. Okay, but everything he's doing is correct. But that's irrelevant.
I get it.
Whether you believe that or not, her moves they make no sense.
Yeah, I also see that side, right? She has Jack high. Why are you going so heavy on a Jack high? Right.
Yeah. Even if you don't understand why he raises there with just a straight flush draw, it's the correct thing to do. You're going to be very aggressive there. When you have that, you're like, I'll put all my money on the table for this. Like it's such a strong draw that there are very few hands that just have you outright beat. Like you have a fighting chance no matter what. And then being aggressive there, she's supposed to fold all of her 9s and some of her 10s, I think, even there. You'd have to run that through a calculator. I might be overstepping with the 10s, but like she's supposed to fold very strong hands there when you plug that into a calculator. I mean, poker's also I wouldn't say a solved game, but there's poker calculators that tell you exactly what variances you should be playing and what you should be doing X percentage of times.
The chess thing is interesting. So you say go or no go, right? Bet more, bet less in poker, and I kind of get it. How does one cheat at chess? How do you tell me the move I need to make with just a vibrating butt plug? How do we devise a communication system around my vibrating butt plug?
Yeah, that vibrates in Morse code.
I can't decode Morse looking at dots and dashes.
So one thought I have.
Remember, they are chess grandmasters, bright guys.
So I have an app. I have an app for those plugs, and one thing you can do instead of like just saying on off, you can use a song. It'll play a song, and so I know. Again, don't know much about chess, but I've heard of like. There are like moves and strategies that have
I'm moving
names,
on.
right?
I'm picking my song already. I get my life be like
YMCA. Yeah, there's lots of fun. But I know that in chess there are like strategies and like techniques or whatever like that have names like that's the Melanovsky maneuver. Like maybe if you had like 8 maneuvers or whatever you call them that and like they each had a song or maybe YMCA was the Melakovsky maneuver, and if your buddy was plugging the Melakovsky maneuver in and it was killing this guy, he goes fucking roll it out, and you're like all right, let's go. I'm thinking Melakovsky maneuver.
A reminder again to the players to turn their phones off. You're just the guys randomly like,
if you just had
the solution. I think the solution for this is make them sit in metal chairs.
No, they go in really deep. So if you go to lovesense.com, if you've seen any cam girl on like Reddit or anywhere, this is a really popular toy. It's the Lush, exactly. So the Lush can go real far up in there, if you want it to. There's also a plug, like a standard like butt plug that's from the same company that does the same stuff. Very, very good stuff. I love that company.
The Lush is for butts.
No, it's not. It's for vagina.
You did a fake blow, with the obviousness of a mime, like putting your hands on.
And Woody's like, Holy shit! Kyle's got some of that magic rope.
And the mind freak. You would
pull John Cena on you.
What is the guy that they're hoping for out there, where they're like pulling their thumb off?
That was pretty good, Taylor.
Put it back!
I used to always watch that one where he'd be like just asking random people to pick out a card, and then he'd throw the deck of cards at like a delicatessen window, and then there would be a card sticking back, and it's like it's very clearly you just had the guy sitting there right next to the window, like put it on.
Yeah.
Like, and people would be blown away. And I was like, the basic hand movements are way more impressive than like that, because that's just a guy on the inside who put up a sticker while he wasn't. While
he mixed the two though. Like he'd do that thing you're talking about. He'd throw
Sometimes
it.
It was magic. You're right.
He'd throw it at a big plate glass, and the card would be on the other fucking side of the glass, and clearly somebody put it there, or like it was there the whole time, and the camera just whipped to it, right? But then he'd go up and he'd pull the card through the plate glass somehow, and it'd be like, oh, God damn it, how'd you do that? Yeah. I don't know how you did the second part. Those are the tricks I like, where you're like, all right, dude, I've seen this one before. It's either up your sleeve or behind, it's behind your hand. It's on this side, and you're like grabbing, like, all right, I've seen this before, and oh shit, where'd that woman come from?
I like it when they give away other magicians' secrets, but really they've taken that trick and multiplied it by 3, and they only gave away like the basic shit that other people do. And yeah,
that's a really interesting little world. I bet the world of stage magicians. Like clearly, it's got to be a very small, close knit community of people who are into this, and you've got to get blackballed so quickly if you like copy somebody's shit or steal somebody's shit. I was thinking the other day about that bass fisherman who was stuffing the fish with lead weights, and some people were like acting like that was no big deal. I'm like, you don't understand. That guy's life's over. That guy's life's over, almost to the level that a pedophile's life is over when he gets found out. This guy was a celebrity, professional, I'll say athlete, who had fans, friends, and wealth and privilege and success. And all of that has been taken away. And he has the antithesis of that now. He is hated, maligned, abandoned, and found out. And now there's criminal charges too. They're taking back all the shit he won.
Are there? They should.
Yes. I saw
he cheated
the other day. They're like cops are at his house. I think they were repoing stuff, or maybe there's like criminal charges.
You can use steroids in the UFC, and all you get is a timeout for like 6 months. You get
the fucking Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that too. But you put weights in a fish, somehow that seems like a more assured level of cheat. Like it's worse.
Yeah, it would be the equivalent of like hurting your opponent in the UFC out of the ring or something. It's like, whoa, you're not even. You didn't just use fancy bait. It's not like you used fancy bait. It's not like you used an illegal rig. Like I'm talking about like a fishing rig. Like, your rod wasn't out of spec. You didn't use stimulants so you could fish longer than somebody else. No. You put fucking lead in a fish. You didn't even bring fake fish. You put lead in a goddamn fish.
No, I don't know what's true, but I read that he bought those fish and put them in the water for him to collect later.
He bought fish fillets of the same kind from the store, and then stuffed fish fillets with the lead into the fish he caught.
And put them in the lake, and then he drove around with his boat and collected the pre-weighted fish and passed them off as just caught.
Just the laziest thing to do. And to be like that, to be that arrogant
creative,
with it.
It's creative. It's ingenious.
He's a businessman doing business, Taylor. I wish you'd stop maligning him.
Yeah, but if I like the amount of weight that he added to it was hilarious. Did you see like the group of fish? There was like 37 pounds. Like it wasn't even realistic. It's
We're
like
not playing for second place. Bitch.
It's like I'm in a deer competition, and I'm like, Kyle, how much is your deer weigh? And he's like, it's a huge one, 182 pounds. And I'm like, that's wild, man. I shot a deer also. 700. It's 700 pounds. No, don't lift it out of the water. Its feet aren't casted in concrete, and they're not.
I want to show up with a deer head, and it's like 192 point buck, and it's clearly just like tons of antlers taped together.
I use the old molten lead trick. Backfield its bones.
Yeah, that
Christmas tree of antlers.
That guy, like that guy, doesn't have any friends anymore, because his friends were his fishing friends. It's the community that he was a part, not just a part of, but like a leader in. Probably, he's one of the well-known guys. I never got into that shit, but I knew guys who did it and whose dads did it. And they had the fancy boats and all the rods, and they went to the tournaments, and they all aspired to do what this guy did. They're like, man, I just love fishing. It's that thing that's there.
I just can't seem to catch 93-pound bass. I don't know how he does it.
like everybody everybody who fishes for fun kind of wants to go pro a little bit if they're bass fishers in the South, because it's like, holy shit, you can get paid to fish. It's like crazy talk, right? It's the thing they sneak away from work to do. And here's this guy who he had it. Not only that, he was like the champ. And now he's got nothing. That guy's. I bet that guy kills
a little less.
That guy's gonna kill himself. I mean, I
think so.
Yeah. It's lights out. What's he gonna do?
He's not that famous. He could just restart life as
But it won't be a good life. Like he'll never be. He had it. It won't be anything. He won't be able to be in the world of fishing. He can't compete in anything anymore. That guy shows up at a fucking Halo tournament. I'm calling him out. Let's crack open this kid's rig. Let's see what we got in here.
This PC's got fish fillets in it.
He can't get he couldn't go in a bass fishing video game tournament now. Like he's fucked, dude. His whole life's over.
Yeah. He can't go join the hunting community. They know. They'll be like, ain't you that failer done put lead in those fish? And they figure it out.
Yeah, he'd be cheating at that too. My dad's been hunting this year, I guess. I talked to him yesterday. He was like, yeah, I'm out here with a rifle. Heard there's a big deer around here. Everybody's been looking for him. So they're on the lookout for some apparently large buck who's been roaming the area. So it's rough when you're a big deer in the South, because all the farmers start talking shit. They're like, yeah, we seen him yesterday. He was over in that field. You're getting called out like in Call of Duty. He's in the window, 3rd floor. He's got an AK.
Behind. Turn around to kill it.
Yeah. Farmers are like that. They're giving call outs to each other. So he's out in the field waiting with the rifle tonight.
I hope your dad gets it. I hope he gets the bragging rights of being the guy who takes it down.
I do too. Yeah, he hasn't killed one in a while. He hasn't really hunted. Well, we haven't hunted since I was a kid, really like hardcore into it. Mm-hmm. I think we both kind of got our fill of it in about a 3-year period of just going really, really hard at it and being real successful at it.
If it was more active, deer hunting would be a great time.
Crow hunting is really
sitting
fun.
And waiting. Yeah, I don't know how to shoot a bow. I don't know how to shoot a compound hunting bow.
Shotgun. That's what I was saying. You would like crow hunting a lot, because that's you get there early morning and play a caller, and they come and you shoot them and fuck them up, and then you just bounce to a new spot and repeat the thing. You're driving around, getting out. Anytime we would drive around, look for pecan orchards or just crows, and we'd pull over to a house and be like, "Hey, do you live here? Yep. You own that? Yep. Can we shoot those crows? Yeah. Can we watch? Yep." Yeah. And we would ride around all morning like that, like growing up. Me and my cousin, as soon as I turned
just
16,
killing crows.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. It's hunting, it's like dove hunting or anything else. They're very smart, they're very wily. You have to use that caller. If they come in and spot you and you miss your shot, they'll go back and talk shit and they'll stop coming. They have enough language that they can warn each other about people, and they won't show up if the first crow that comes is the smart crow anyway. He comes and scouts things out. Yeah, because you're playing a tape of either a crow fighting a hawk or a crow being killed. So the lead crow is scouting things out for the murder, and he flies back and is like, "Yeah, come on, we need help. That hawk's kicking Bill's ass." But but if you smoke him and he never comes back, all they hear is a fight. They think that he's in the fight now, so they just keep coming 2 or 3 at a time. You just pick them all off. A lot of fun.
I mean, that does seem kind of fun, but a big part of hunting in what I want out of it is that I can eat what I shoot.
Every now and then you catch one alive.
Supposed to eat crows because that's
you wound
gross.
One. If you can wound a crow, you can take him alive and you can make him talk. You shake him a little, and he'll go, "Ah!" and then they'll hear that and they'll want to come help him out a little more.
Do you ever fry up some crow breast?
Oh, every Sunday evening, have ourselves a big crow fry.
It's the crow. It's tearing up my insides.
Oh, I shouldn't eat that crow, Charlie.
Crow, Charlie.
Oh, I murdered that crow, and now he's eating up my insides. No, never ate crow. Literally, I've eaten a lot of metaphorical crow, but I've never eaten any literal crow. That just seemed like a bad idea. The saying alone kept us away from it. It's probably not that bad.
I mean, there must be. Do they just have like more parasites?
I think they're bony
than other birds.
Some birds just have like big juicy breasts that are tasty to eat, and maybe the crow doesn't. I don't know. I feel bad because they're so intelligent at this point, because they're like really intelligent. Like I didn't care as a kid, and even as a younger man, I suppose. But now I'd kind of feel bad shooting one. That's why what I really want to hunt is a scary bear. I want to kill a fucking bear because fuck them. I don't feel sorry for them at all. When I see those grizzly bears on documentaries, I don't care if it's a cub or the mama. Kill them all. They need to die. We shouldn't let those live in our world. They shouldn't live in our world with us. So I really want to kill one. I don't care if I use a black powder gun or a bow. What I would love is to use like fire, a ballista or something, like one of those giant crossbows that you have to like mount on something. And I'd like to chase a bear down on like an ATV with a medieval ballista on the front. Yeah, like we're talking about like 1,000 draw pounds, right? We have to winch this thing. We have the electric winch on the ATV to cock her back, and it's gonna shoot like ballistas. That
shoot something the size of a broomstick.
Full Q. Like, yeah, imagine like a broomstick that's weighted and heavy, right? With a nice warhead on the front, big broadhead.
And you're in armor. Because you are hunting a bear, you need to be safe.
No, I'm naked. I'm wearing a loincloth for this.
Loose. You just
and I fucking get another gear and we keep going. Like we gotta get the cubs too.
It punches like a railway spike-sized hole straight through the bear.
That's one thing I really have been wanting to do. Is kill a bear. Like one way or another. I don't want to kill a black bear. I want to kill a grizzly bear.
Yeah, black bears are like they don't really want to mess with you. They're pretty
big
nice.
Raccoons.
Yeah, big raccoons. You should get just kill a grizzly bear with a record, because like there are ones that they know about where they're like, there's a big grizzly that killed some kid
at a zoo
in this park.
Yeah, there's one here at the Atlanta Zoo. I've been scoping him out for a while. They call him Big Joe. All right, and I see them feeding him and he loving him up, acting like he no. I look in that bear's eyes. I see hate.
Yeah,
I've been throwing him. Death. I've been throwing him small amounts of heavy metals for the last few weeks. I'm playing the long game. Mercury poisoning.
Dog food soaked in antifreeze.
Yeah, poisoning bears at the zoo.
Yes, it's been poisoning bears at the zoo.
What a hilarious reason to go to jail.
Yeah. Not at the Atlanta Zoo, though. I'll tell you this. It's the safest zoo in America. You know why?
Why?
Because we allow concealed carry there. Nowhere else. There was a big to-do. It was even a legal case, I think. And the zoo lost. And so lost. Clearly, because now you can pack heat at the Atlanta Zoo. It just seems like a good idea to me, frankly. What
do you think the most likely thing to need shooting at the zoo is?
Some kind of big cat. Definitely.
Another human, a big cat, a bear.
I bet if a big cat got out, I bet it's a real fucking problem.
So I think I agree with you, but I think the more likely scenario to actually happen would be if somebody fallen into an enclosure, right? And that's the monkeys. So whether the monkey or gorilla or whatever is actually going to hurt them, you get a Harambe situation, right? Where they're like the kid's too close to that gorilla or that gorilla's too close to that kid, and they shoot him.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
why did dicks out for Harambe become a thing? Like, why was that our reaction to a monkey murder?
We all felt bad that they murdered that gorilla, and we just had to get our dicks out, man. It was the only. It just felt right, you know.
Well, when you're right, you're right. All right.
Yeah. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
It never works.
It worked.
No more gorillas have been killed.
I remember dicks out for Princess Diana. That was a failure. You know?
Dicks out for Princess Diana. Yeah, no traction on social media.
You know what worked? Dicks out for Kevin Spacey.
It was dicks.
Yeah, he felt good about their tribute.
Yeah, dicks out for Harvey Weinstein. They had some good ones.
It's called dying for dicks.
I mean, I think that the big
that was really what Louis C.K. was doing.
Louis C.K. innocently masturbated on the phone after asking people for permission.
No, in person.
In person too, but he was asking for permission. He was like, "Do you want me? Can I beat off in front of you?" And then they were like, "Yeah," and he's like,
Pretty
"Okay."
close.
And
I look, we've done this ad nauseum, but what he did was fine. What he did was fine.
And I bet it was funny. I bet it was funny. I bet he had jokes.
I've heard that it was funny.
Yeah. If Louis C.K. asked me, "Can I jack off in front of you?" I'd say, "Yes, Mr.
Do you have
C.K.
any new material?
Yeah. That was such a weird time, Dick, on YouTube at the time. It was like we were all making these Call of Duty videos, and if you get 25 kills in a row, you get a nuke. You can call in, kind of end the game.
Yeah, I remember
everybody. And so it became this thing to get one really fast on YouTube. It was like, who can get the fastest one? And like somebody got like one in like 4 or 5 minutes, and it was like, oh my God. And then this piece of shit faked a video where he had only all his friends on the other team, and they stood in the right spot at the beginning of the game, and he blows them all up. But he pretended like it was real, like it was just because it was domination. People do capture flags, but he had the world's fastest nuke, and it got 1 million views when 1 million views was like bonkers. And when the YouTube Sherlock Holmeses all came around and realized what he had done, he was shamed so hard that I think he basically quit after that, right? I know he kept faking videos after
Shaggy,
that.
aka G Unit. Remember him? Yeah.
After that, his shtick kind of became fake videos that like are fake. Like the whole team's just rushing him, and he's mowing them down in a field, getting nukes and stuff. That guy was a piece of shit.
Oh man, I want to see. He's still uploading.
No,
I googled him just. I was curious. He's playing Call of Duty 2, 3. I mean, Modern Warfare 2. I meant to say in 3.
Yeah,
like yesterday.
Dude, there is on his YouTube channel, G Unit 123. He has a video from his most recent one, GTA 6 trailer reaction and breakdown 5 months ago. Top comment 5 months ago. You faked a nuke, bro. Wow. Dude, look at that. These are comments. This happened in 2010, 2011.
It's 2010. Yeah.
Shaggy faked a nuke. Yeah, this doesn't excuse that 6-in-1 Semtex, buddy.
Wow, it's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut.
That's not surprising. I remember it was a big deal at the time.
Fake. Everyone's saying
like I cared for some reason very much.
You cared?
Yeah,
I remember Hutch worked at Machinima at the time, and he had like almost a somber video coming out where he's like, "Yeah, I don't want to make accusations here as a person of power in this community, but this is very clearly fake." It was just really gay back then.
It was a big deal. I'm telling you,
this video is from 13 years ago.
I'm telling you, everybody was looking at it. We were all the content creators were talking about it in private. Like what is this? They were like tracking down the people who were in the video dying. Like, we got to get witnesses. We got to corroborate all this. Is there any video and then somebody got video from one of the cheaters who was helping. And then you had their point of view where they're all like, get on it, get on it, get on it. They're like talking together, organizing the cheat. And it's like, aha. And they kind of ruined him.
This is so funny. To the 7 or 8 year, this is on his original video. It has like, what, a couple million views. Or this is on the Machinima upload. To the 7 to 8 year olds watching this now, who are now 17, 18, to us, this was like the moon landing.
Bad. This is like JFK.
And when we found out it was fake, it was like that announcement on Judgment Day. Fantastic nostalgia. Yeah, that was, looking back, it's so funny the care commentators were taking to be like, I don't want to, cast any aspersions here against Shaggy,
not on this show.
G
we would rip the
character.
fuck out of him. We'd play his more recent videos where he gave fake tips, like, I don't know, he'd get shot or something, so he'd change weapons and change back and be like, look, it healed me. And we're all like, the fuck? That doesn't do that.
He made it seem like you could run at people while switching your weapon, and you would, like, matrix around the bullets. That's what it was. He's like, see, I'm dodging bullets, and I stab him. I'm dodging bullets, and I stab him.
And he's a British guy.
And they're just friends.
He's a black British guy. Yeah, who's 16, I think, by the way. It was a 16-year-old we were all piling on.
Now he's like probably 30.
In my defense, I was only in my mid-30s.
I was only in my mid-20s. Yeah. We let him have it, though. Just kind of drummed him out of the community, really, really shit on him pretty hard. And deservedly so, because we were all trying to... I remember like being like, maybe I should just quit this whole Call of Duty thing. I'll never measure up to something like that. That's
I'll
just
never
like,
be a Shaggy, aka G Unit.
it was like such a feat to do. It was like, you know, that game in gym where you stick Post-it notes on the wall, you jump, and then you go higher and higher. It'd be like if someone came along and just drilled one 25 feet up there. It's like, I don't even want to play.
Dude, this is like,
been set too high.
Like Michael Vick came back faster than this guy. His fake nuke. Like producers in Hollywood have raped, been caught, been rehabilitated, raped, caught, and rehabilitated a second time in the window that this guy has been fucked for faking a nuke, which was, you know, it was 2010. We had that $2 CPM, you know, we
right.
$250 on that upload. It was on Machinima's channel.
G-Unit.
True. Yeah, $250
we need
on
these
that
fakes though. Like the takedown, it's like true crime for men. Like I'll watch 4 hours of a guy analyzing if a original Mario speed run is like a glitch in this 3 frames. I'm like, oh yeah. She'll turn on the true crime shit. I'm like, oh yeah, here we go. Speed run investigations. This is what I need.
Dude, do you love those too?
I'm addicted.
I get into the ones it'll be a game I've never even heard. It's like Puzzle B 1987 took arcades in Taiwan by storm. It's like, okay. And it's like a bumblebee who spins around and shoots stingers and shit you've never fucking heard of, but this guy can do it in fucking 30 minutes. And like after a while, I start getting invested with these random gamers like they're like basketball players or something. I'm like, no one beats Michelob 27. And then Michelob's record will get taken down by this new exploit where you don't even climb the ladder. You just like double bounce up it or something like that. And he'll fall out of favor with the meta. And then all of a sudden, 15 minutes in the story later, he'll be like, but Michelob 57 had something to say about that. And then the music kicks in. It's like, but it's still the bumblebee spinning and shooting stingers. But now the music's like, dun, 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 dun. And you're like, holy shit, Michelob can do it. And I watch an hour of this shit.
For games you don't
nothing
care
else really
about.
matters. Like
I
don't care about it.
You don't know any of the game. You
I don't care about anything else. I'm totally nihilistic. I need to know.
I need
Michelob
the
97.
speed run.
I do remember I watched it. I think it was like a Netflix documentary, like King of the Arcade or some shit, and it was this
King of Kong, really, a fistful of quarters.
Yes, yeah, King of Kong, fistful of
Billy
quarters.
Mitchell,
Billy Mitchell,
the legend.
This guy, I've never seen someone take themselves more seriously. like you could catch like Churchill and Hitler like kind of laughing at themselves in some old clips. Not this guy. Not Billy. He's doing the
he's doing the John Cena bit 24 hours a day, but it's his own original take where he's like Mr. America. Can
we get a picture of Billy Mitchell, the King of Kong?
I don't know if you guys haven't had him on the show.
Oh, he's always ready to get on.
No, he's in a lot of trouble.
Dude, can we get him?
They caught him cheating. They caught him cheating.
Lie.
Yeah,
if you search him on YouTube, you'll see there's a lot of I think they caught him cheating multiple times in multiple games, and all of his records are now taken away because he wasn't really good at games, I guess.
He's good. He's just untrustworthy. I guess it's just that he's good. He's just not the best.
That was an amazing documentary. I'm gonna watch that fucking tonight. King of Kong, a fistful of quarters. It's on.
This legend.
He always wears the red, white, and blue though.
That tie.
I like the red, white, and blue. Yeah,
I do too. I appreciate.
He's got
that.
a wing sauce too. I think
he does. He has a restaurant.
Yeah, it's a lateral move. Yeah.
Is that the guy who was the good guy in the movie playing? I forget his name.
It does look like him. His profile. That guy has that. Yeah, that guy has that haircut, and he's but doubt it, right? That'd be a shitty photo to take. Like he's trying to break your record, and you're over there like flexing on him, literally. Like you better not. Yeah,
I don't know. It's Billy Mitchell, man.
For those that don't know the fucking story of that movie, it's brilliant. Basically, this guy, I think he was unemployed, like he lost his job. He's got a family and kids, but he lost his job or something. Maybe he got injured, but he bought himself a Donkey Kong machine and just played it nonstop till he became the best in the world at it. And but this Billy guy had an in with the committee of fucking video game nerds. Yeah. So he invalidates this guy's VHS tape. He's like, nah, you can't count that. That's probably not even on a Billy Zane certified machine he's using. That might be a Japanese machine. Those run at 30p instead of 24 frames. And he said they cheated him out of his fucking record. And so the guy comes and breaks the record live in their faces. And it's it's a cool fucking, it's like, okay, so nothing I can do can be registered on your site. How about I show up and fucking break it while you watch? And he gets there and he's breaking the fucking record while everybody watches in the arcade. And this cuck boy who's Billy. What's the guy's name? Billy
Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell's like
His little
bitch
manservant,
boy.
like Igor.
Yeah, his manservant, his Smithers. His Smithers is going around the arcade going, hey. They're going for a Donkey Kong blank screen over here. You want to come? And what he's trying to do is like build pressure on the guy who's trying to. He wants a crowd cheering and like throwing him. He's literally trying to like cock block this other grown ass man.
That's a good Smithers. He's doing his job.
And so
wait,
you're
Kyle,
watching this happen.
You take umbrage with someone faking a high score on an arcade game?
Only if I didn't try to
You gotta let Kyle get to the peak of the story because in spite of all the pressure placed on this guy, he does it. He fucking hits the grand slam and defeats his record live at a tournament event. There's no question.
Yeah.
So then Billy Mitchell has fucking Smithers show up with an envelope, like a manila envelope with a tape recording in it of Billy Mitchell's score that's even better, but now it's a very suspect VHS tape, and they believe Billy Mitchell over the guy who did it in person, and he doesn't have the record.
Yeah. They had the tape there the whole time watching him break the record, and they fucking tear the envelope, and it's like, this is some evil shit y'all are pulling. Like,
that's so fun because there's no stakes.
And the tape was suspect too. Like it was clearly fake, but
$1 million.
Wait, there was $1 million on the line?
I don't think that's true. I think it's bragging rights.
Empire.
No money.
All in
you get your name on the Twin Galaxies website?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But yeah, that Billy guy is like a full-on cheater. They caught him over and over, and it's a shame. But that's a good movie. It's a good documentary. It's on Netflix, I'm pretty sure.
It's outstanding.
I saw him at this steakhouse in Hollywood one day just by chance, and I really considered walking up. Yeah, Billy Mitchell, the Donkey Kong cheater. I considered walking up and just horse collaring him, like yanking him off the bar. Because I fucking hate him so much. I was like, man, I'll get arrested for that.
Is he really tall?
No, I think he's probably shorter than me. But we were there to see Tootsie. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I'll fuck this night up for sure. I'll definitely get arrested because I'm not leaving. I'll come back and eat my steak. But I think that might be worth it. I might have to do that. And I sat there, it's like stewing about it and thinking about it, getting drunker, hoping that I would get drunk and do it. And then stop, considering it. But he was gone before I.
Why don't you just go spill your beer on him and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Sorry, let me get that for you." Oh, you're a fucking cheater. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I wanted him to know that he got yanked down, and that's for Steve Weeby, you motherfucker! Straight up, fuck you. For Steve Weeby.
This is such a funny thing to follow. I've never thought about watching documentaries on YouTube about.
Oh, man.
It's a really good.
I've never had that feeling before either.
It transcends the niche hobby that it's about fully. It becomes about
quality, and the storytelling is next level.
I'm the last one to insult people on their lack of math comprehension. I just remember every single time in math class being like, yeah, this isn't that hard, but it is so fucking boring. It's so difficult to keep your attention on like algebra 2. It's grueling. There's at no point was I like, oh, that's so neat how I equaled the equation. Like
I would
it was
fuck
just
up.
Awful.
I would fuck up and I would have this whole thing. It's like, all right, tomorrow we're starting a new chapter. Tomorrow's the new chapter, and I'd go in there and I'd be like,
the Taylor diet.
I'm like,
tomorrow builds upon today, though.
New chapter tomorrow. New chapter tomorrow. All this shit today doesn't matter anymore. We already failed.
That's never
today.
what happens in math. It's always like, today we do A plus B. Tomorrow, A plus B plus C. And it's like, oh, fuck. I was really struggling with yesterday's lesson. I don't know how I'm doing today's.
Oh, there was a time I remember it was an algebra class my freshman year of high school. And I did what you're saying, where I was like, I'll catch up before the test. Didn't learn anything, and we'd have daily homework. And he would walk in like an up and down. He wouldn't have people pass their homework to the front. He would have people like just have it on their desk. And he would come down, and he would get it from this guy named Jake. And then when he went back up, it would be past me, and Jake would pass his homework to me, and I'd write in all the answers really quick, and then I'd hand it back to him. And every week there was no work on my sheet. no working it out or anything. It was just the answers. And every week he'd be like, Taylor, you really have to bring your scrap paper so I can see. And I'm like, you know how it is. You know, you get so into your maths that you forget. That worked all year. I didn't learn anything. Yeah. And all of the tests were grueling. I would get all the questions on the left side of the paper correct because I could look over and see what Jake was doing. Right side of the paper, maybe once in a while.
I know how to do algebra 2 even a little.
Enough. I passed. So
not according to the Missouri educational system.
Yes, certainly not. According to Missouri, I'm well versed in algebra. But it was Jake. Shout out to Jake. Thank you very much for that.
Damn, Jake. I didn't have any. I only tried to cheat like that one year, and it was in some sort of computer class, and it was so easy to cheat because you could just like copy somebody else's thumb drive, and I did that, and I printed everything out at home, and she could recognize the difference between inkjet and laser, and so I got like a 15 or something in that class, like what? Because like most of the year's work had been fraudulent. Did you guys ever hook up any cheaters in high school, like friends who needed help? Because I remember like one of my, not a friend, an acquaintance, but I'd help him out. He would sit to the right of me in English senior year, and we would get vocabulary tests, and this fucking retard could not remember the meaning of words to save his life. And so every single week I would take the test, he'd take the one, and I would finish the whole thing, and he would look off of it. And it got to the point that the teacher was so disheartened by obviously seeing Joe cheat that like she stopped caring. And so at one point he just reached over after I was done, took my paper, and then just copied it. And she saw it. She gave him an A+ on that one, but then the next week she gave him a remedial vocabulary test, so it would be different from everyone else in the classes. And she did that for a while. And he'd be like, Taylor, what does sufficient mean? Oh no!
And I'd be like, it's right. It's C. It's enough. Like it's C. It's certainly not avian birds or whatever the fuck that B is. And I helped him through that too.
I can remember a guy who was trying to cheat off me. It's like, Woody, what'd you get for number 3? And I'm like, pal, I'm not your guy. You want to ask somebody smarter?
I have no idea, but if you find out, you let me know, right?
I remember
I'm lost. I thought this was geography.
I remember in a chemistry test once in high school. It was probably 10th grade. Like they didn't have a normal seating thing. It was like a big, almost finished square, and where he would stand at the front, and it was just that kind of U shape with the square desks, and everyone was sitting there. And someone who was really, really good at chemistry was like, I'll sit on the far right. And then everybody just copied to the left of me. And it was like a game of telephone where like it was like 90%, 87%, 80%, 74%, just like worse and worse as it got down. Thankfully, I was only, I think, 2 from him. And so I got most of the good answers. Cheating in high school, 2 thumbs up to that. There's no reason not to, Well, Kyle, you are muted, my friend.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I had any other good cheating times. You would think so. I mean, there was plenty of times when like I would have like a little cheat sheet of some kind, like a formula or something. And what I would always do in that situation, because I felt like getting out a piece of paper or like something like that was so ridiculous, I'd either write on my palm or and sometimes it'd be a code anyway that even if they saw it, they wouldn't know what it meant. But to me, it's a mnemonic device or something like that. And that or my main trick was to write on the desk. Write the cheat sheet on the desk and make it look like some asshole just scribbled. Mm-hmm. And so like I'm over there putting all the fucking answers all over my desk in wonky spots, like if it's like biology or something like that, like the inner workings of a cell, like all the little pieces and like how like each one is inside the other or whatever. Like that's on the top of my desk because I'm not remembering that shit this week. And nobody ever saw that. And because at the end you could just like lick your finger and rub it right off.
In what was a class I cheated in? Italian. I cheated in Italian a good bit.
You had
we know
Italian
about
class?
Mamma mia.
In college. In college.
college.
Yeah. I remember taking Italian, and oh no, this is even better one. I remember I was in 8th grade, 9th grade doing math, and I did not know what was on the test. And I remember telling myself in lunch period, the test is right after lunch. I was like, I'll probably know some of it. I've been in class, like I get it. And then I got into the class and I saw the test, and I was like, oh no. And so I like pushed on my nose and picked it and pushed it until my nose started bleeding, and I was like, I gotta go. I can't finish the test. I can't finish the test. I'm sorry. And so I went to the bathroom, got my nose to stop bleeding, pretended that it took half an hour, and then came back and like sat down and was like, gotta finish my test. And I went over to the teacher and was like, I can't possibly finish this. Can I do it another day? She was like, I fucking guess so, Taylor. I went home, still barely studied, and got a C. I thought that I was I was made, but then she gave me a different test, and so that was what proved difficult. So I was more studying the questions I had seen, but that wasn't the way it panned out.
You mean only studying the questions you saw?
Only studying the questions I saw, yeah, because I just hated that. And she was such
a waste of time, all
teacher.
this testing and horse shit
yeah.
that we had to do.
It's a bunch of nonsense. Like at no point are they like, we're going to teach you how to pay taxes and build a financially responsible future.
Yeah.
How to invest in stocks. It's like, what did fucking George Washington eat for breakfast on his 30th birthday? Who cares?
Amazing. Thank you. I'm so glad I half know Italian right now.